I'm very nervous right now. We are about to explode 64 TNTs into 64 Entropiniums into a Gaia spreading system that will bring us unbelievable and amazing amounts of mana, and I'm very excited. Why do we do this? Because it's really fun. Ladies and gentlemen! What is up the world? What is up the world? It is your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here, hanging out today, doing stuff and things, back with more All the Mod 6, and I have been busy. Ladies and gentlemen, a new potential mana generating system utilizing 64. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, floating Entropiniums. So yeah, we've been playing around with this for a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit more work on it today. It's a very complicated system with a lot of different things that we've got to do. So it's going to take a little bit to get it going, but we're going to work on making progress on that today. So thanks so much for coming to hang out with me. Make sure if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps. Hit it. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more. Okay, so in the last episode, I think we ended up getting the portal to Alfheim online. And we started playing around with doing some of the trading that we can do with the elves that exist on the other side of the portal that we can't go through because it's so conveniently not powerful enough. So yeah, and we've got some stuff and things, but I've also done some other stuff. Let's go ahead and hold on here a second. I'm going to need a crafting window. I'm going to need one of these guys, Terra Steel ingots, and 4 of the Gaia Spirit blocks for a Gaia Spirit ingot. Gaia Spirit blocks. Gaia Spirit. So I have fought the Gaia Spirit, and we're going to do that right now. So in the mining dimension, I'll show you what we've done. We've set this little bad boy up over here. So 9 blocks of iron and a beacon. And then the beacon, these guys right here, Gaia pylons, they have to be, I think, 1 block above the beacon. So they don't have to be like 2 blocks like that, but you know what I'm saying? 1 block up there. In this configuration right here. Now, because this is the thing, we're on the YouTubes. I do believe music off. I think jukebox off. I have to turn the music off because I don't know if this music is copyrighted. And there's this killer music that goes along with this boss battle. Here we are, summoning the Gaia Spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Or Guardian of the Gaia. And here he is! You son of a frigger! And then one of these, and then you think you got what it takes? You want that? And then you over here, and then now he's over here. He's not much of a fighter. He just kind of teleports around. Then I'm on my way. Don't teleport. You did it, you son of a frigger. Oh, you had tricky little. Okay. Oh, all right. And now he goes up into this stage here. He's gonna drop some mobs on us. Really interesting battle from Botania, and if I'm not mistaken, virtually no way to automate this. I'm going to turn on my dank for pickup so we can grab some of these guys. I don't think I'm taking too much damage. There's a little bit there. We have to kill these mobs off now. Like so and like so. Are you going to come down here, homie? You want some of that action? I don't know if killing these guys makes any sense. I don't know if killing his little bug buddies helps. You think? And then that? You coming down yet, bud? Come on, bring it on. And bam! Ladies and gentlemen, we have got some amazing stuff and things. So let's take a look at grabbing. Oh my god, we're taking so much damage right now. Let's well, actually, we're getting damaged. We're not actually taking damage. All right, so that was the Gaia battle. Now we got from that battle, let's pop inside of here, 2 runes of winter, 2 runes of air, 2 runes of summer, 8 mana pearls, 20 mana steel ingots. We got a music disc, an epic shader grab bag, 16 Gaia Spirit pieces. We also got this guy, Will of Guthon. Craft with Terra Steel helmet to add the following effects. Critical hits heal for a portion of the damage dealt. That's cool. But also this guy, the Dice of Fate. Now, let me go ahead and pop us out of here. What do we get? What is this guy? The Ring of Odin. Oh, dude, I can't remember what this does off the top of my head, but I know it's good. I know that it's good. I have some of the other stuff. We also got, I fought this guy before a couple of times. Eye of the Floggle. I don't even know what that's supposed to say right there. This is a teleportation trinket. We got a couple other of the rings as well. I can't remember what... Oh, crap, what just happened? Did that just... Okay, just installed it. And I've also built a greater mana band, by the way, which is like a high-end mana tablet. So, the reason that we had to fight the Gaia Spirit mostly was for these guys right here, these Gaia mana spreaders. And the system, what I'm trying to do is set up a way to generate a large amount of mana very quickly. Botania is not really set up that way. It's a super groovy mod, as you know, but it's kind of made to be slower. The mana generation, I have a lot of arrows inside of my body. The mana generation is supposed to be a little bit slower. It's supposed to be a little bit more passive-ish. But we're going to try to make it not that way. So a couple of things have been going on over here. So what I did was got this tempered glass, which resists explosions, and then some blocks of redstone over here. And I started playing around with this a little bit. Let me go ahead and move some stuff and things around over here with some interesting results. So check this out. If I go ahead and drop a TNT right there, I guess we get this right. We don't need our flint and steel. That guy explodes, right? Now, you would think that the closest entropinium would absorb this explosion, but no, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll see it's over here. This guy all the way over here absorbed the explosion, and I think it's because of explosive line of sight. It's a new technical term that I'm inventing, but I think because the block explodes here, you can see over there, like that guy right there is the one that got the explosion. So I think it has to do with the fact that that is the closest entropinium that had line of sight to the explosion, because this tempered glass actually blocks it. So what I want to do next is go ahead and pop that guy and that guy off, and I'm just going to take some marble. I'm going to put marble down right here, and then also, just to make sure we're safe, I'm going to take an Elven Mana Spreader, and I'm going to stick it over here. Where's that entropinium? I'm going to go ahead and link you to you, and I'm going to link you... Oh, you're already linked. All right, sweet. So that's going to move the mana out of here. I want to make sure that we move the mana out of all the flowers. If an explosion happens and there's no flower to accept that explosive power, yeah, we're going to have an explosion. That's going to be bad news bears. So let's go ahead and get this guy emptied out all the way. All right, like so. Now we got to wait for our Elven Mana Spreader to empty. All right, like so. Just make sure that that's out of the way. All right, so now that we have this guy taken care of. Now, what we have going on here is a little bit of an interesting system that I think I'm actually going to switch up. So just so you know over here, Spreader's going to this mana pool, and then I made a Gaia Mana Spreader, the most powerful spreader, that's going over to this pool here. Above all of these pools are sparks, but this guy has the... Which one is it? Recessive? Yeah, the recessive augment. I think that's what we want. I don't remember if it's recessive or dispersive. I have to go ahead and check it out. I think it's the recessive. So recessive, I do believe means that the mana from this pool will spread to any pool that has sparks. So all of these guys that have sparks will get the mana. Actually, let me see here really quickly. Will that one get mana too? Oh yeah, it sends it over to this pool with another recessive spark. That's weird, because that's going to bounce mana back and forth. All right, anyway, all right, so let's check this out over here now that we've changed that. Let's see, is this guy still going to accept the explosion? It still goes over here, because, yeah, it's blocked by all these blocks, I think. So we're going to have to make some changes about how this works. I want to make sure that each flower is as close to the TNT that it's absorbing as possible. And honestly, if we have a problem... Yeah, I think if I set it up right, we won't. It shouldn't be an issue. We should be okay with the explosions. All right, a little background on the thought process. So we have a hexagon here that's 64 blocks. It's made up of 64 blocks. And so we have to have 64 pieces of TNT, which means we've got to have 64 entropiniums, right? We have to have 64 of all the things. Like, I can't place the TNT here and then put the entropiniums in one block, because that'll actually be less than 64. So we need something to drop the TNT onto to get it to go ahead and prime, but we also need to make sure that there's line of sight. There's all sorts of line of sight issues. Can I just grab all that? Yeah. So there's all sorts of line of sight. We got to make sure that everything's got line of sight as well. So it's just a little bit tricky about how this is all going to work. And what I think we're going to do is drop this all down a block. And then I feel like what I want to do here is place all the entropiniums above one block. So we have 40. I think I've got more inside of here probably. 23. There we go, 64. So we need everything to be 1 for 1. And I'm feeling like this might be our best way to make that happen. So the Entropiniums have to have line of sight to all the TNT. All of the Entropiniums have to have line of sight to the mana spreaders. There's a bunch of that stuff that we have to just keep in mind while we're doing this. And then we have to have a way to place all the TNT. And so I think that should be pretty easy. I kind of wanted to place all of our machines for placing up and down. But I think that's going to be a little bit tough to do. Like, it would be easier to place the machines up and the redstone up and do it all that way. But I think we're going to have to go out. And the reason why is just to make sure that each Entropinium has line of sight to each piece of TNT. If it doesn't, it's a big disaster, terrible problem. So now if we were to, for instance, drop a couple of these guys, let's go ahead and get our wand out here. Did you go? Damn it, all the heck. Let's go inside of there. That guy, that guy. Okay, I think we got 2. Where did it go? Did it already go in? All right, the mana spreaders. Are these guys working? No, they're not. Okay, so weird. That one got part of a deal. It's like some of the explosion went somewhere, and I feel like we're missing one. I'm trying to look here. See, this is why it's a little bit confusing. And when we're working with Entropiniums and TNT, we really want to make sure... Well, there's the 3 of them right there. So we really want to make sure that everything is working the correct way. If it's not, we're going to have a terrible disaster problem. So hold on. Did that work now? Wait, what? Why aren't you going to the Gaia Spreader? The Gaia Spreader is set to go to that pool, and then that should all be... See, it's a little tricky. Some more stuff isn't working. I believe the testing portion of this exercise is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I've linked all the flowers to all the Gaia Mana Spreaders. I've linked these Gaia Mana Spreaders into 4 pools up top. And the reason kind of like we're doing from a spreader to a pool to a spreader over is just to make sure that like all the mana has somewhere to go that's close. And then we're going to add in some lenses and some other things to move mana around. But yeah, so I've added these all over here. Now I have these 4 Gaia Mana Spreaders pointing to these 4 pools that all have sparks with recessive augments. That means that they will transfer mana to any other pools that have sparks at all. So down over here, I've changed this up a little bit. So now I have 4 pools with mana pumps. And all of these pumps pump the mana. So the mana, these guys right here, the mana splitters... when you point mana at that, it splits it evenly between all pools. The way this works is it will split the mana from these pools down into here, but then it will all be pushed into this pool right here. And the idea behind that will be, no, not you, homie. Well, I only have 1, of course. All right, so we're going to put another guy right there. We need to make 1 more. And we'll push these all to these forward pools. That's where all the mana for our portal to Alfheim will come from. So we can do our trades, and this is also where all the mana will go to our runic altar so we can do our infusions. So that's what we're trying to do. Move it all over. Moment of truth. Let's just do 1. Okay, it worked. Mana is being transferred. You can see it going down inside. Unbelievable and amazing stuff and things are happening. Except, that's weird. The mana's not pumping, and this one didn't get any. It might be because there wasn't enough mana. Are we ready to scale this up a little bit? I got 30 TNTs in my inventory. If something explodes, it's going to be a terrible disaster. I don't even know what I'll do if it happens. Okay, let's just stop right there. All right, mana is being transferred. This guy doesn't seem to be getting any, which is odd. I'm not sure exactly what's going on over here. This guy is transferring mana. That's transferring over to there. That guy's got no mana in it. That guy's got no mana in it. All right, that's all working. So it looks like our pumps are working. Let me just make sure I have sparks inside of here. It's kind of hard to see, but they can go in the same block as the Natura pylon. And let's take a look and see what the mana looks like around here. So it might not have begun to pump yet because there isn't enough mana to pump. So you know what? We can actually do something about that. Let me see here. Let's do, yeah, tablet in. Let me go ahead and pull my ring off. And let's go ahead and drop that into there. We're going to pump a bunch of mana into this guy and see if it pumps out. I'm not sure how that works. Did it just work? Okay, hold on. Let me get that guy. All right, interesting. The mana pumps don't seem to be pumping mana. So I haven't used these before. I'm not exactly sure how they worked. I thought they were just automagical. No, I don't think you need to set them, but I'm not sure why it's not pumping automatically into these guys. We're still getting mana dispersing, so everything seems to be working fairly well. We've got a bunch of mana in that pool that's being moved by that spreader right there. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Nothing exploded. One of the tough parts about Botania is sometimes when you look stuff up on the wiki, some information's hard to understand a little bit. So I thought that this would pump mana between mana pools, but it doesn't. It pumps it between a pool and a mana minecart, and then between a mana minecart and another pool. So that's going to work like so. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is I also read that excess mana pumped into the system will be destroyed, and we really don't want that to be a thing. I want this system to, when each piece fills up, to back up so that we have a reserve. That's the idea, because the mana pumps pump mana so quickly that if we use a lot of it from these mana pools, it'll refill very, very fast. So I'm not really sure if that's the case or not. I have a couple of ways that I could test it, and I have a lot of mana in my greater mana band. Let me also just double check and see. Can I spark this guy? Okay, so I can't spark these guys here. All right, so we don't need to do that, or we're not going to. Now, if we pop up over here, oh, and I just added a couple of pieces here to keep the minecarts in place, and it kind of makes the portal to Alfheim look kind of cool. I like the way that it looks. All right, so inside of here, what we're going to do now is, let's just double check that is set like that. Now, if I pop up here, is my magnet off? Like so. Let's drop all that inside of there. So now all of this mana is being pumped. It's coming down from here and going into these systems, and it's all being pumped into this front piece. So what I want to see is, I don't even know if I have enough mana to fill this up, but that looks so cool. It looks really neat. I'm psyched about that. So hopefully we have enough mana to fill the pool up, and then once that's done, we'll see if mana continues to be destroyed or if things start to back up. It might take a second for it to fill up here. Sweet! All right, so it's working. So I think if there is a pulse of mana that comes through that has a little bit extra, the little bit extra from the single pulse is destroyed in order to fill up the pool. But as you can see, this band is still filling up that pool right there. And then our recessive spark is moving mana into these, and that's all being pumped into this guy right here. I don't know if we can actually see how much we can't see how full it is. But it should hold as much as any of the other mana pools. So that's working quite well. That's very, very cool. And we actually got a huge amount inside of this pool too. A full mana pool is quite a bit. It really is quite a lot of mana. And so that seems to be working quite well. Now, the other thing we have to check now is we have to go through all of our entropiniums, make sure every single entropinium is empty. So all of these guys need to be empty. Okay, it looks like so far so good. Everything's got line of sight, because these guys need a little bit of line of sight to work, I think. All right, so all that stuff seems to be working well. All right, so the next order of business is going to be getting a block set up that we can place a piece of TNT and fill automatically. Place TNT on each one of these blocks all the way around the edges here. I keep having different issues with this setup. So check this out. I'm using the cyclic block placers right here. So if I put a single TNT in there and I hit the button, we're good to go, right? Explosion. Mana's being transferred betwixt the entropinium. I think it automatically went into the Gaia mana spreader. It's moving over. That's no problem. Now, the problem that I have is I have it on required redstone, always on. Okay, so always on we don't want. And then I'm going to show you another problem we've got over here. Let me just make sure that all these entropiniums are full. So if I put 2 TNT inside of this guy, it's set for requires redstone like that, and then I hit the button one time, both TNT come out. That is not ideal. Because what I want to do is use the refined storage system to feed TNT in here, and when I send a single pulse, some sort of single pulse to turn it on, I just want one TNT to come out. I believe if I put a lot of TNT in here, that it would all come out at the same time. And that could be really, really bad. All right, there's 8. Don't blow up! Oh, dude, one didn't even... Oh, that is super weird. One didn't even prime. It might have been a visual glitch or something. I don't know. So that's spread mana... Well, we can't even see. It looks like it all goes. I'm glad the Gaia mana spreaders are working so quickly. That's transferring mana really, really fast. We can actually make these even faster. The trouble is this cyclic block placer is just not going to work for me. Yeah, and that's a pain in the butt for a couple different reasons. Let me go ahead and pop these guys off of here. Those are definitely not what we're going to be using. I think what we're going to end up having to make is the other block placer. So block placer right here. This guy from Industrial Foregoing. And I think this guy's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm not sure. Actually, the pity frames and all of that shouldn't be that tough to do. Let me see here. We don't have any droppers. So we'll need like 3 stacks of droppers like that. We will need all these pity frame deals. I think we can actually make a stack of those like so. Oh, that was only 4. What do we need to make those guys? Stripped oak? I think any oak will do. And we have wood essence in the system right here, you can see. I think if we just pop those guys over there like that, that way we can make a bunch of those bad hombres. Let's keep going there and make a bunch more. All right, so then this guy, that guy, you, pity frames, 55, and then we ran out of what? Redstone blocks. All right, fine. If that's how you're going to be, we'll just make some of those. And then I'm just going to continue to make this until I can get a whole stack. All right, there we go. This 64 plus. We can always use more of them. And then if we pop over here like so. All right, that's 64 of these. All right, so that should be good. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and pop this guy over there. Of course, it faces the other direction because, you know, why wouldn't you? Like this and like that maybe, just so we can get this testing going. And then that's set up over that way. All right, so now it's set up. Oh, they require power. Perfect. So if we pop that guy inside of there, redstone mode ignored, run with no redstone, run with redstone. See, there's nothing for like run on pulse. Maybe that will work. I don't know. We're going to have to test this guy. So I'm going to need a little bit of power. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best. So we are playing modded. I'm trying to use mods when I do this. But yeah, for this application, I don't see why this block placer is really useful. It takes power. I mean, it works. I got it to work. But why would I do that when I could just use a dispenser? Just a straight up vanilla dispenser to do this. And it will work quite well. The only thing about the dispenser that's going to be a little bit tough is that they're kind of a pain in the butt to make just because I don't have a string farm yet. So I'm not sure how much string I have in the system right now, too. And I'm pretty sure you cannot make bows with flax string. So, and I don't have a way to convert flax string into regular string. Yeah, you need actual string in order to do this. Now, I have some enchanted bows. I have a ton of these guys. And, you know, I don't really know. Can we make a dispenser with this enchanted bow? If I go like so, and I take that bow out, and I put that bow in. Okay, that seems to have worked. That seems to have worked. Okay, so we can make them with all these enchanted bows that we have. That's a good way to get rid of some of the stuff we have in the system. I just have to kind of manually go in here. I think I can go like this. Can I shift click them in? Oh, it's just shift clicking them into my inventory. All right, so yeah, I think I can just go like so, and we can get 64 of these guys going. Should be pretty easy. And then we just got to figure out running a redstone signal, couple other things, and we should be ready to test this thing out for real. I believe we are ready to test, ladies and gentlemen. Been crafting up some TNT. We needed quite a bit of it. Been hanging out over by the spawner, getting some gunpowder going. So over inside of here, we got our creeper spawner running up inside of there. And then if we go into our gunpowder, we've only got 1,000. I just made a bunch more. TNT, I think we're out of. We'll have to figure out or set up a way to automatically craft TNT to put into the system. But there's a lot of TNT over here. There's a good amount. All of our dispensers are set up. So how we got this going is I'm just using the wireless redstone receiver, and I have 4 of them around here. I've just got all the redstone linked. There's no problem with there being any sort of loop or anything. I've tested it. We've got our network receiver. We have a bunch of exporters. They're all set to put TNT into all of our dispensers. We really probably have enough TNT to generate all the mana we'll need for the rest of the time we play this pack. Already inside of here. And now we just have a test to do. But before we do that, I am going to set up a little bit of a safety net, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to set up a small safety net. And where we're going to do this, here and here. I think on the sides of these, that should, no, see, I think it's going to cause a line to sight problem. I want to set up a little safety net, but I don't want there to be a line of sight problem. I guess maybe what I could do is just do it above. I think they'll still absorb. It will absorb through. So if we set like 3 of these guys up here, This will just be a little bit of a safety net. So right now, currently, we have 1 entropinium for every single piece of TNT. This way, little bit better system. Oh, excuse me, what? Bind mode. There we go. You need to go there. Thank you very much. Everybody's still bound over here. Okay, these guys, let's just make sure they're set up to go over here like so. So this way, in case there's something weird that goes on, we shouldn't have a terrible explosion. But the explosion will happen pretty high off the ground. It should be okay, right? I think. All right, so I do believe everybody is set up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment of truth. I'm very nervous right now. We are about to explode 64 TNTs into 64 entropiniums into a Gaia spreading system that will bring us unbelievable and amazing amounts of mana, and I'm very excited. Why do we do this? Because it's really fun. Ladies and gentlemen! Yes! Yes! No explosions! Mana is flowing into the system! How much is being made? So this is where we want to take a look at it. We can't tell with our wand what's going on, but we should be able to visually see it going up. It looks like everything's working just fine. Oh, there's still entropinium not... Oh, okay. Some of these guys, it's taking a little bit of time to transfer. Wow, a little bit longer than I thought. So this is the coolest part about this is we can make it even faster. We can make it even better. But there it goes. It looks like it's transferring all the mana into the systems. It's all going into our pools. That's all being moved out into our spreaders. But it is taking a little bit longer than I thought as it works through each one of the flowers. Now, each one of these spreaders is set up for around 8 flowers worth. So it takes them a minute to go ahead and move everything. This guy is set up to go where? Oh, are you not bound? Oh, I feel like you are not bound. All right, let's just double check. You should probably be bound to that guy. Oh, still not happening. Okay, hold on. If I click it, bind to there. Where are you bound to? It's not showing that it's bound over there. There we go. That's why we set these extra guys up. Oh, wait, is it... Do we just get a bind right there? No. I think this is a line of sight problem. Okay, there we go. That worked. That moved it over. Same with that guy. No, he's good. All right, let's double check all these guys. Make sure everybody is set. If we had a problem on the other side, we should have a problem on this side. No, that guy's good. Where are you bound to? You're bound to that guy, and that one's working. What about over here? Okay, that guy's working. All right, everything's working. All the entropiniums are now empty. All right, looks pretty good. Now, I haven't done the math on this, but I got to try to figure out. And again, some of the information from the wikis is outdated. I don't know how much mana we're generating right now. One wiki, I think, says 6,500 per TNT, so that'd be 6,500 times 64, quite a bit. So it looks like we made, I don't even know, so far about a quarter of a mana pool. All right, that guy's empty. That guy's empty. This guy's taking a little bit longer. So there might be an issue where there's a little bit more flowers over here linked. I did manually link everything. I'm super psyched that that worked. That is super cool. But the idea is, the main idea is that I would like to try to see if there's a way that we can get this to fill up one pool. So if we're low, like one pool, we just hit a button and it fills an entire pool. That's 1,000,000 mana. That would be an absolutely massive amount. So it looks like those did pretty good. Let's do it one more time. So cool, man. Take a look at this. Dude, it didn't even make an earth-shattering kaboom. Nothing happened. Oh, man. Look at that. The Gaia spreaders are sending into the mana pool. These guys are pumping it out down over to here. It's all distributing into these pieces. Then it's pumping into the center pools like so. Looks like this one's got a little bit more in it. Oh, my God, you guys. That is so rad. Now, how long is it taking the entropiniums to clear? So it takes a little bit of time. Yeah, we're going to need to get some lens augments or lens pieces for our spreaders. So inside of here, I think we're going to want to make probably velocity and potency, I do believe. I don't know. I have to check and see what those exactly, what those do and what they mean. But ladies and gentlemen, what a perfect and successful test